Ukraine and Russia appear to have entered into a mutual energy infrastructure truce, but that is only at first glance. There are numerous widespread reports currently circulating across various online platforms, including in the Telegram channels of Russian military correspondents, claiming that both sides, Ukraine and Russia, are supposedly halting strikes on each other's critical energy infrastructure, which looks like a kind of energy truce. This was stated by the founder of the Ukrainian intelligence unit, Kraken, Konstantin Nemishev, commenting on the appearance of such publications. However, the key question remains, is this truce actually real, and how long will it last?
Well, you'll find more details in our report. You're watching the Glavred channel. I'm your host, Yevhen Serov. Please like and subscribe to the channel.
Here is the gist of the information currently circulating. Claims have recently appeared online that Russia has allegedly imposed a formal ban on strikes against Ukraine's energy facilities. And shortly thereafter, reports emerged that a similar ban is in effect for strikes on energy infrastructure within Russia itself. Nemishev noted that it seems an energy truce is currently in effect on both sides, and added that observers will be closely watching to see how these bans are enforced or whether such restrictions actually exist at all. However, representatives of various Ukrainian Telegram channels, such as Mykolaiv Vanyok, clarify that there is still no definitive final decision on halting strikes on energy infrastructure between the sides, and urge all Ukrainians to remain vigilant as a cessation of shelling is not guaranteed. It is important to note that such reports about an energy truce, which have been circulating recently at this time, this is far from the first attempt to reach an agreement on reducing strikes against critical infrastructure. Even during previous negotiations, particularly those involving the US in Saudi Arabia, Ukraine and Russia were technically able to agree on a cessation of strikes on energy facilities as well as on targets in the Black Sea. Although these specific international agreements were accompanied by numerous violations and discrepancies, including the specific conditions set forth by Moscow regarding the lifting of sanctions. Nevertheless, the real effectiveness of the supposed energy truce remains highly questionable. Ukrainian experts and official sources emphasize that no official international agreements on halting strikes against the energy sector have been registered so far, and statements by Russian military correspondents cannot be considered confirmed facts. Strategic military analysts note that such reports are far more likely to reflect informational attempts to portray a de-escalation rather than the existence of actual formal agreements on a ceasefire. Moreover, there are other assessments of what is happening. The head of the Parliamentary Committee on Energy, Andriy Gerus, stated that one should not count on a quick energy truce with Russia. According to him, there is no talk of any real cessation of strikes, and it is important to prepare for the winter period, which is expected to remain difficult due to weather factors and the state of the energy system. He emphasized that such a truce scenario is only theoretically possible, but Ukraine must proceed from the harsher realities of the current situation. The historical context is also important. In previous years, there were indeed attempts to agree on a cessation of strikes on the energy sector during certain negotiations, but these were regularly violated, often soon after being announced. For example, the agreements to suspend strikes on energy facilities previously reached with US mediation did not have a lasting effect. Only a few days after they officially came into force, Russia carried out multiple strikes on Kherson and other sites, which led to significant criticism from Ukrainian authorities as a clear violation of the established truce conditions. Thus, for now, it appears that this is not a full-fledged energy truce in the legal or diplomatic sense, but rather an attempt by both sides to demonstrate a reduction in the intensity of strikes on critical infrastructure, possibly as part of tactical considerations or efforts to test the level of tension within Russia and Ukrainian society. Political analysts warn that a confirmed international agreement or a clear monitoring mechanism for the implementation of such truces is still a long way off. And these current reports should not be interpreted as an objective ceasefire.